Nearly a decade after the 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, conspiracy theorist Alex Jones now admits that the massacre was 100% real. He said that during testimony Wednesday at a trial in which he is being sued for harassment and defamation. The talk radio host has repeatedly given airtime to claims that the school shooting in Newtown, Connecticut, was staged by the government. The parents of a 6-year-old boy killed in the attack addressed Jones Tuesday about the suffering his lies has caused them.
I can't even describe the last 9.5 years of the living hell that I and others have had to endure because of the negligence and the recklessness of Alex Jones and his propaganda that he has peddled for his own profits.
I wanted you to know that I am a mother first and foremost, and I know that you're a father. And my son existed. You're still on your show today trying to say that I'm implying that I'm an actress.
For more on this now, I am joined by Lyrissa Barnett Lidsky. She is the Raymond and Miriam Ehrlich Chair in U.S. Constitutional Law at the University of Florida Law School. Lyrissa, I mean, listening to those parents and what they had to say about Alex Jones, it's so heartbreaking to think of all that they've gone through. Now Jones is admitting that the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre wasn't a hoax. What does that mean for his trial?
Well, so this portion of the trial is only about the damages that the parents will receive based on what Jones did, the lies Jones told. And so Jones has every incentive at this stage of the trial to try to limit his damages by apologizing and say he didn't really mean it. And now he realizes it was a hoax and he was wrong. And, throwing himself upon the mercy of these jurors who are trying to decide how much money they should give to those poor grieving parents. I mean, it was a great evil that Jones did. And he didn't fight the liability portion of the trial, the portion of the trial where he said that he didn't defame. This is an unusual trial in the fact that this is only about the damages the parents should receive for what Jones did to them.
Lyrissa, on Wednesday, a Sandy Hook family attorney revealed that Alex Jones's lawyers sent him the contents of Jones's phone by mistake and claims that Jones had been hiding evidence that he should have turned over. Explain for all of us what happened and how that might impact this case.
So in every trial, before a case comes to trial, you have an investigation phase, and that phase is called discovery. And the litigants are required to turn over lots and lots of documents. And so Jones had been requested to turn over these documents and evidently said they did not exist. And now, through this accident of Jones' lawyer, who should have turned over the documents also, we now know that they do exist. And it indicates a pattern of bad behavior that's just continuing. I mean, the judge is likely to be absolutely furious over this. I know that she reminded Jones in the midst of the trial, once again, to tell the truth because he had told lies even in his testimony. She reminded him that he couldn't say he was bankrupt where there was no evidence that he had gone bankrupt. So this is very, very harmful. It shows a level of mental culpability and willingness to tell lies, even at this late stage in the game. And I would not want to be in either the shoes of Jones or his lawyer, who may have participated in Jones' wrongdoing and could face disciplinary sanctions as a lawyer for doing that.
One more question for you. The parents are seeking at least $150 million from Alex Jones. Jones, for his part, has portrayed the lawsuit as an attack on his First Amendment rights. Legally speaking, is there a gray area in this?
No. This case is a relatively easy case because the law does often protect people who make a mistake and get something wrong. This is not a case of somebody making a mistake and getting something wrong. This is a case of somebody fabricating lies for profit against the most vulnerable people you can possibly imagine, parents of murdered children. And these parents, as a result of what Jones did, had to go into hiding. They received death threats. Their lives were ruined, and then ruined again by this absolute cruelty that Jones perpetrated for his own purposes.
All right, Lyrissa Barnett Lidsky, thank you.